Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Schneid's 15 channel. Today we are going to be doing a staked in U-joint removal process. I've never done this before, but I thought I'd make a video on this because there's a lack of them. We got these U-joints here. I just had the Rockford instructions out, I guess I could say. Got this anvil out here, and here's the new U-joints. They got inside circlips, so that's how they line up. It says basically hammer the shit out of them or press them out, but you really can't do that. So what we're gonna do is, for anybody that doesn't know what the staked in U-joints are, they're irreplaceable. They want you to buy a whole new drive shaft. So when I get zoomed in on here, you can see I hit that a couple times with a SOG to free it up. But right here, here, there's a machine, I'm assuming, that presses, and it just bends over the metal, and that's what holds in your bearing crap instead of a circlip. Probably saves a bunch of labor at the factory, and they don't have to have somebody installing circlips or a machine that just presses it in there. So every side is like that. But there you can see it better. The little dimples right in here, you can see the dimples. What we're gonna do is take a Dremel. I'm just gonna get a bit to it, but where all those little divots are, it doesn't matter if you screw up the U-joint. It's gotta be smooth anyways after with a Dremel, so what we're gonna do is just grind those out with a Dremel, get those U-joints banged out with a hammer because I don't have a press. And we're gonna get to replacing these. So I'm gonna take a video of the whole process and show you guys how to remove staked in U-joints, and hopefully make a good how-to for anybody attempting this in the future. A whole drive shaft, just to give you a reference why I'm doing this. 2 U-joints are expensive, 120 bucks for 2 U-joints. Whole drive shaft, 800 bucks. So now that's why I'm doing it. So anyways, stay tuned and we'll keep up the video. Alright guys, so we just, I got this end done already. I didn't film it because I want to work out my technique and what worked best, but anyways, it's done and in there. But anyways, so we use the Dremel method, and it doesn't work the best. That you got to get in here to all those divots and try and get them all down with the Dremel here. I'll try and focus it on here. Alright, so I found that you can't get on those divots there and grind them out. It's pretty hard to do. So what I've been doing is I take this, I mean, every socket's that's going to be different, but for me it's a 9/16 half-inch drive socket from Mastercraft here, and what I do is I get it in there and it fits right tight, so you'll be able to find one too. And what you do is you get it right there, then you just give it a whack with a big hammer, and all those little divots around there will shear off because it's the exact same size as that. So I'll go around to each one of these. Obviously this one hasn't been done yet. As you can see, the socket is just so it fits in there. It's kind of rocky, so when you hit it, it shears all those, and then you don't have to grind anything, and then you can pound it out. So we'll do that now. Alright, so I just put that in there. You can see it fits rough there, so I just get it square in there, fairly square, and then you can just give it a big whack. That didn't quite do it, so you do it again. Back here for that. Almost. Alright, so after I whack these with a hammer, you can see right here that all those sheared off there. So you can get in there with a Dremel if you want now, but I found now if you go to the other side, we'll flip this over, You hang this off the end of a board. I found out the hard way, put it on a board. I was supporting it on this part of the drive shaft on the other end, and it slipped, and I actually dented the drive shaft a little bit. So anyways, go on here, give this a couple whacks, then you can hit the knuckle right here and it'll slide off. Before you do that, take some white out, mark your yoke, just mark it wherever you can mark it, right here and right here, so you just know to line it up because they're balanced. So anyways, we'll start banging on this and try and getting it out. Alright, and as you can see, that bearing cap's starting to come out. Now that I got this one pushed this way, I'm going to start hammering the other way and try and get that cap started. And then you can usually get the knuckle out of there and makes things easier. Alright, so now that your bearing cap's pushed out of here, I flip it over and I take the 9/16 again and I hit it on this side, and as you can see, that bearing cap's way down. So now that's down, you can get to the divots really easy in here, and you can take a Dremel now with a nice disc, because it doesn't matter if you score up this outside edge, because the new U-joints don't sit back there anyways, they have inside clips, so you can go around there and make it smooth, and then you bang it back the other way, and then that'll make that bearing cap just slide right out of there without any resistance, because there's still some, once you shear it with that 9/16, there's still a bit of resistance there, so you just grind that out and then you can come back the other way. Alright, so now that that's smooth there, you flip it over and hit your yoke here. You can start hammering it back this way. So we'll do that now until the bearing comes out. Alright, so once you get it banged in, you'll have your rubber on here, right here. Take that, get it loose, and then cut it. And then you can bang on this yoke farther that way, because that rubber won't be in there. And you can get this cap out so you can get a hold of it. But you just got to get that rubber off. So I just use a pair of side cutters in there and cut it off. Alright, so I just gave this 2 whacks here. And as you can see, this U-joint wants to fall out here. This cap came out the end here, so if you get in here, you can, on the last one I just pried it and it just bent the bearing cap enough. There we go, we're out. And then you can just pound this in, pound that one inwards, because there'll still be a bit of a lip there. And then you can Dremel them out, make them nice and smooth, and then you can get this one out too. Alright guys, so now that I punched those both out, we'll get in there with the Dremel and smooth them out so you can slide your new caps in there easy. As far as this old one, I usually try, or not usually, on the other end I tried to get this end out first so you could use the drive shaft end to bang on. But anyways, those are in there pretty good, and it's really hard to Dremel those out. So what we're going to do is just take that fancy grinder, cut right along here, cut right along there, and this will come out. Shouldn't take us too long to do, and then we can just pound those bearing caps inside, Dremel it out, and put our new U-joint in. Good there? Mm-hmm. Alright guys, so with that cut out, there's our hot piece right there. You take your little socket and put it in there, and then you can drive out that bearing cap. So we'll do that now. There we go, one down, and flip it over and repeat that on the other side. Alright guys, so now you can take your Dremel and put it in there and grind out all this stuff and make it smooth. Like I said, your new U-joint caps fit in here, so it doesn't matter if you damage this outside surface. So grind that out, so then your new caps, bearing caps, can slide in there really nice and easy for you. So let's do that now. Alright guys, so it's time to put our U-joint in now. So it's the same thing as other U-joints if you've done them before, but these are inside circlips because obviously there's no joint for a circlip on the outside because they were just had those pressed in notches, the staked in, I guess they call it. So if you're doing a Toyota RAV4, the part number is 430-8, and they're from Rockford U-joints, or Rockford Driveline I think it's called. And yeah, so we'll just get to putting these in and getting this thing back together and on the road. Alright, so I got the 4 circlips on there. What you got to do is slide your circlip around so it's on the far side here, because this side's, it obviously won't sit tight against this side, so you got to make sure the C is around on the far inside of it, and we're all done. If your U-joint is ever tight when you're done and it won't move, like there, it's a little, it's moving a little tight though, you just hit your knuckle. That freed it up a bit. So just relieve the tension there, so you can see that moves nice now and this moves nice, so that's what you want. I usually always give them a whack. It's just, if your bearing cap's in on a little bit of an angle, it'll relieve the tension and you're good to go. So just make sure all those C-clips are in place, and that's how you replace the staked unreplaceable U-joints in a Toyota. So, probably save you about $600 doing this job. Yep. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. That is how to replace staked in U-joints on a Toyota RAV4. I'm sure it's similar on Nissans, all of those ones that use staked in U-joints, but that's how to do it. Basically, like I said, with that 9/16 socket, I mean every socket that's going to be different, but get one that just fits really tight there, give that thing a bang, and it'll shear off all those little tits there. And do that back and forth, and you'll figure it out. You kind of just got to use trial and error, and that's how I did it without heat and stuff. But especially with that one, by getting it off and then just cutting that U-joint out of the middle and then hammering the joint in, that made it really, or cutting it with a grinder and then hammering those in, and then you Dremel it smooth to slide in your new caps, was really super helpful. Just make sure those C-clips are turned to the back where it's tight in there, so everything stays aligned. And yeah, these are nice greasable replace ones, and they should last a long time now, and they'll be easy to replace in the future if they ever go again. I mean, I don't know why Toyota says that it's just like their transmission fluid. They say it's a lifetime thing. I mean, that's not true. Same with U-joints. I mean, you can't say a lifetime, or a U-joint's a lifetime thing. They obviously go. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this helps you out with your on-stake U-joints. And like I said, with your staked U-joints, this only cost us about $120 to do, and to buy this whole drive shaft assembly was going to be somewhere around in the neighborhood of $800 or $1,000, I think, by the time we had tax on it. So nothing wrong with this drive shaft. Just make sure you support it with a block of wood and you don't dent it like I did. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching guys, and stay tuned for some more videos. As always guys, thanks for watching, and please give the channel a like and a subscribe. If my videos interest you, please click on my channel and check out my other videos.